I first came to this idea, I was a bit worried I had to write a feature film because it was like a thing I had to do in school, and it was very stressful for me to find something that was very meaningful and relevant to me. So I looked deep into my biggest fear the biggest fear of my childhood, which was death. Like, as a child, it was very difficult to me to come to terms with the fact that everyone dies. My parents were gonna die, I was gonna die someday. That was very difficult for me to accept as a child, and that was like the string that I kept pulling in order to write this film. The biggest fear of my childhood is what I used. I like emotion in films, and I like contrast. I don't get very engaged to films that just like focus on the darkness of things. I really appreciate contrast as something that is very important to create emotion, and emotion is what like helps me reflect on films. If I can engage in a film if it moves me, so I guess that's why I always look for contrast. Well, the Xibalba Monster is my father, and this character was always based on him, or maybe on a part of him, on the like bleakest part of him. So it took me like 10 years to be able to finance the film and get it done. So at the beginning, I didn't think my dad could do it because he was too young. But when I finally was able to finance it, he was old enough. And it was like an obvious choice when I cast him, and also like the spaces that I portrayed in the film as his spaces are really his spaces. Like the bees are his bees, and he's a beekeeper, so he could handle those. And I have always liked to work with non-actors, and I had like 3 previous short films, all protagonized by non-actors. And so looking for the kid, it was like pretty obvious to me that I would rather someone without experience. And then Rogelio came along on the last day of casting, and he was just amazing. Like, his body language, and it had something very comical already. So it was a bit tough at the beginning because he wasn't really used to any of the shooting mechanics, dynamics, but he was super talented. And Teresa Sanchez, she's a great actress. She's done a lot of things, and she's really fresh. And I saw her in a short film by Nicolás Pereda, and when I saw her smile, I knew that I wanted her in my film. And it was like amazing to work with her. Going through the shoot was very, very tough, like physically and mentally. We didn't have a first AD. So DP, Damian Aguilar, and I had to like pull the shoot through every day. And along with producer Daniel Lustono, we would plan and replan. Everything changed. Many things happened. Like, there was rain, Rogelio got sick several times, the budget was really tight. So we would shoot like many hours, and it was very, very, very tough. And about surprises, I think the difficult roads have a lot of surprises, and that was the case in this film. Like, sometimes there was, I don't know, an obvious choice for location, for example, but it seemed too easy, so I didn't want to go down that path and kept looking, and then something like more amazing would come along. That was the case with Cenote, that is in the final scene and in a previous scene with Rogelio and Emilio. We found it like in the middle of the night, and the entrance was a cave, a dark cave with stairs, and I mean, it was so scary, but we just had to go in, and immediately when we went in and, you know, put some light on it, it was there. It was like scary and beautiful and so imposing. So and like that, there were many surprises. Like the place was just so generous. It was full of surprises. To me, it's very meaningful to premiere my film in Edinburgh because I lived in England as a kid. So I do feel like I have a strong connection to this part of the world, and many memories, like from the time when I was a child and my parents were young, and so I do feel I was very happy to know that my film was going to premiere here, and to know that I was going to go back like here to show my film. That was like a really nice surprise. And also because when I got the email from Paul, I could feel, the director of the film, I could feel like he had a very strong appreciation of the film, and that was like very important to me.